Hello guys, how are you getting on? My name is Aaron Kelly. You're watching another episode of the Premier League Verdict. We're going to start today's episode by talking about the relegation battle. Obviously Fulham and Huddersfield are both already relegated, and Cardiff are very close to joining them. They lost 2-0 in a massive relegation 6-pointer to Burnley at the weekend thanks to a Chris Wood brace, and Cardiff are now, I think it's 5 points adrift of their closest rivals, who are Brighton, just above the relegation zone. And to be honest, at the start of the year I was kind of like questioning Cardiff's value to the league. I was kind of saying that they don't really contribute anything, but to be honest, I think if they do get relegated, which they're very much, a lot of people think they will do at this stage, Anyway, as I was saying, start of the year I was kind of questioning Cardiff's values and this, that and the other, but to be honest, I think if they do get relegated, which I'd imagine they will do at this stage, they've left a good account of themselves. I think Neil Warnock's done a fantastic job. If there's anyone who's able to bring them back to the league, it's certainly going to be him. They've spent very little money, they've had very little money to spend, and obviously with a club like Cardiff, there's not an awful lot of a pull factor, to be honest, for players to come and play for them. But they've really given a good account of themselves, better account of themselves than Fulham, who've already got relegated and spent so much money, and Huddersfield, who've just straight up given up at this point. We're going to move on to Huddersfield then. They lost again. This is moving on kind of to the race for the top four. Tottenham beat them 4-0. Lucas Moura hat-trick. He's been able to turn it on at different points this season. Victor Wanyama also got on the score sheet for Spurs. I forgot he even existed, to be honest. He's played very little football under Pochettino this season. I don't know what the story's been. He may have had a couple of injury problems here and there throughout the season, but he got the first goal, and then Lucas Moura sealed Spurs' win with a hat-trick. And to be honest, I'd really question, Huddersfield have just stopped trying at this point. They're literally on the beach. They've been relegated for a couple of weeks now. Obviously tried sacking Wagner midway through the season to see if that would spark some sort of revolution, I suppose. But it just hasn't happened. They won once under their new manager, and that was against Wolves. So it's not been good for Huddersfield. But Spurs moved back up to third. Chelsea started the weekend in third, and trust me, we will get on to them. Also in the race for the top four, Manchester United beat West Ham United by 2-1 thanks to 2 Paul Pogba penalties. There was a goal in between that from Felipe Anderson. But yeah, another big win for United, and they go into... Are they playing Barcelona tonight? It's either tonight or tomorrow night. They're playing Barcelona for their second leg of the Champions League quarter-final. And they've won to, I suppose, give themselves a good mindset going into that game at the Nou Camp this week. Arsenal also won this weekend. They won on Monday night thanks to a 1-0 win over Watford. It was a dreadful mistake by Ben Foster, which was capitalised upon by Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. A big moment in the game happened midway through the first half when Troy Deeney was sent off for lashing out at Lucas Torreira. I think it was a little bit of a harsh one. I think definitely Torreira's height, and I suppose a height difference between himself and Deeney. I don't think it was... Okay, maybe there was a little bit of intention there. To be honest, I do think Torreira's height definitely played a role in that. But Deeney, he becomes so notorious for lashing out and being that kind of edgy character that, the ref was always going to think worse of him, to be honest. But Arsenal got the win. Watford, to be honest, looked like the better side once they actually went down to 10 men. It was actually a very entertaining game to watch for a game that only had the one goal, and the goal that came in such bizarre circumstances. But Arsenal won. They move up to 4th. Moving on to the race for the title then, Manchester City beat Crystal Palace by 3-1 at Selhurst Park on Sunday afternoon. City went top prematurely before Liverpool's game later on in the day, but it was a brace from Raheem Sterling and one from Gabriel Jesus. Luka Milivojevic free kick made it 2-1 with 10 minutes to go. Made it a little bit more nervy than it realistically needed to be. City had a lot more chances leading up to that to kill the game, but they really heaped the pressure onto Liverpool in their game against Chelsea later on in the day. But did they respond to it? Yes, they absolutely did. Liverpool beat Chelsea by 2-0 at Anfield, thanks to a goal from Sadio Mane and then an absolute beauty of a strike by Mo Salah. What a goal that was. I mean, absolutely incredible strike. Sent Anfield into meltdown. Liverpool were streets ahead of Chelsea on the day, and are streets ahead of Chelsea at the minute. Just incredible all around the park. Liverpool really did dominate, and it's kind of annoying listening to pundits like Graham Souness and Ashley Cole and Jamie Carragher saying, "Oh, but Chelsea played their part. They played well," but Chelsea didn't play well. They just didn't play well. And to be honest, it's no reflection on Sarri's lineup. The one thing I would have said about Sarri's lineup is he played Jorginho again, and obviously you all know my feelings towards Jorginho at this stage. I don't like the guy. I really don't. I think he offers little or nothing to the team. I think he's weak. I think he can't tackle. He can't really run. He can't pass that well unless it's sideways or backwards. So, obviously I don't have a lot of time for Jorginho. But apart from that, the starting 11 was pretty good, to be honest. He had Emerson at left back instead of Alonso. He had Loftus-Cheek in the middle of the park. He had Hudson-Odoi on the right, who didn't perform. One thing I would say is that playing Hazard as a false 9 was a bad decision. On hindsight, it was a very, very bad decision. Hazard, whenever he's played as a false 9, never really performs. I think, especially for the style of play that he wants to play, he needs a target man. Higuain isn't that. We've seen when Higuain come on, he was awful again. Giroud is literally the ideal man to play in this Sarri system, but for some reason or another, he's not playing him. There's no denying that Didier Deschamps is picking him and starting him consistently for the France squad with good reason, I would imagine. Like, he's not picking the likes of Lacazette. Like, he's picking Giroud over Lacazette at the minute, and has been doing for years. So, you must be thinking there's got to be a reason behind that, but Sarri clearly doesn't see it. But yeah, Hazard missed 2 good chances when we were 2-0 down, which should have got us back to 2-2. But overall, just a generally just pathetic performance from Chelsea. But I don't really want to focus on them too much. I will have to give massive credit to Liverpool. What a team Jurgen Klopp has assembled. Fabulous game plan. Mo Salah looks to be back to his best again. I think definitely that. Although he didn't score the winner against Spurs the way he contributed to the other viral OG a couple of weeks ago, I do think that helped. Obviously the goal against Southampton a couple of weeks ago, on Friday, I think it was 2 weeks ago, obviously helped, and then that goal was just incredible. Can't wait to try and recreate it on the goal recreation series for April. But yeah, no, the title race is going to be very, very interesting coming into, I think there's like 4 games left, so it should be interesting. Liverpool, they'll be looking at this thinking, right, that is our last really big hurdle out of the way, but we've still got 4 massive games to play to get our first Premier League title, but first actual title for a long, long time. And definitely the ghost of that Gerrard slip was 100% put to rest after beating Chelsea at the weekend. But I can't wait. City still have to play United. That'll be a massive, massive game. They have Spurs to play this weekend as well, Man City do. Obviously that game in hand, I think, is against Spurs. It might be, might not be, but either way, City do still have that game in hand on Spurs, which could prove to be vital. But anyway, we're going to be keeping an eye on it every single step of the way until the climax of the Premier League season. It's one of the best title races in a couple of years now at this stage, and it's gripping, it's brilliant. As far as Chelsea are concerned, I think top 4 probably is gone at this stage. We are currently 5th. But United, Arsenal, Spurs also have games in hand on us. I think our only chance really now at this stage of getting into next season's Champions League is by winning the Europa League. But anyway, let me know what you guys think of the current state of play in the Premier League. Will Cardiff survive? Can they make the impossible happen? Who will finish top 4? Who is your bets looking at the current state of things? Who is that going to be? Who's going to finish 3rd and 4th? Because, to be honest, it could be any one of Spurs, Arsenal, Chelsea or United. And who, of course, will win the league? The biggest question of all. Will it be Liverpool? Will it be Manchester City? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I will catch you later.
Pull up in the gold, I'm leading. But them other man need feeding. I don't wanna go Bombay. Them I don't know what I do when I go from Beeling. Leading the pack in black and I'm on with a bat. Snapping with a phone and die. Boss up a man with a duster. Put him in a drip and sip blockbuster. Win, 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 that's the only ammo. Ring, 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 I reply with NO. Call me Leno, had it hot, switch up the thing.